Sweden is searching for answers after the Scandinavian nation faced a deadly mass shooting incident.
Now, the mass shooting has claimed 11 lives, which includes the gunman. Not much is known about the shooter and the attack which took place in an elementary school on Tuesday. Swedish police is yet to determine the identity of the attacker and his motive behind the attack.
Right now, the police is trying to build a profile of what is called a clean skin, someone who's not previously known to the police or security services, which has made the investigation even more difficult. It is still unclear if the attack has any link to terrorism.
What happens when we arrive at the scene is that the officers feel that they have been fired upon by this perpetrator. And what happens is that when we then advance towards this perpetrator, the person is found dead. The person probably shot himself. We are not completely sure, but there is much to suggest that it is a solitary act, and that is the picture we have right now. But we look very broadly in the continued investigation if there could be several perpetrators.
Now, the shooting took place in an adult school in the city of Orebro at around 12:33 p.m. local time. Teachers inside the school said that they heard the gunshots, they fled classrooms and barricaded themselves inside. Witnesses say the shots were fired in quick succession and there was blood everywhere.
A guy next to me was shot in the shoulder. He was bleeding a lot. When I looked behind me, I saw 3 people on the floor bleeding. Everyone was shocked. They said, "Go out, get out." I and my friend tried to save the life of this person. People were very shocked. The police were not on site and neither was the ambulance, so we had to help. I took my friend's shawl and tied it tightly around his shoulder so that he wouldn't bleed so much.
From royals to politicians, everyone arrived at the Orebro school grounds to pay respect to those who lost their lives. Swedish Prime Minister said the country is going through a dark time.
It is difficult to take in the magnitude of what has happened today. The darkness that is now falling over Sweden tonight. It is with bottomless sadness that we have received the news from the police that about 10 people have been killed and several have been injured in a school shooting in Orebro. What simply cannot happen has now also happened in Sweden.
Swedish media says one of the worst mass shootings in Sweden's history was carried out by a 35-year-old. The reports described the attacker as unemployed and a recluse with a hunting license who had withdrawn from family and friends. Officials say he fired at police when they arrived at the school and then most likely killed himself as well.